What's up? It's your boy Carlino here, and let's talk about it. In case you haven't, or probably been under a rock, there has been a obvious titanic shift in how things are being dealt with. Translation. Hold on. Sorry about that. Translation, making it easily put so that the layman could understand it. Um, a very dumb decision was made by Tekashi 69's lawyer. His lawyer decided that it would be a very good idea if they were to express their feelings about going into a situation in which their client, Tekashi 69, was involved in a situation in which there is a what they would call a CI, a confidential informant, which means they don't know who this informant is, but it's obviously somebody that was working for them on the inside who cut a deal with the federal government who's going to roll over on Takashi 69. And when they're going to roll over on him, then they will have their decision. They will have what they're looking for. Now, I wouldn't say all that. I would just say this, okay? And we'll leave it at that. Everybody's raising their hands with questions, so let's get to it. First question to get answered is yours. Put your hands up. I see you over here, humble. Yeah, I'm answering your question. Now, you want to know they made a clone out of him already. Oh, we haven't gotten to that talk yet. But there's a confidential informant, so yeah, naturally they said, of course, we're alarmed with what they might have on tape. But I'm quite sure that whatever's on the tape is going to exonerate my client. Really? Is that your approach? So your answer to the situation is extreme denial. First, you never say as a lawyer, this is something you never say about your client, okay? You never say you're nervous about what they might have on tape or whenever there's a confidential informant that you're always nervous. No, you're not. If your client is innocent, that you just pled not guilty, if your client is innocent, you don't care what informant they bring in there. What a confidential informant they bring in there because you know your client is innocent. That's what you're supposed to be saying. You weren't supposed to be saying, oh, well, whenever there's a confidential feeling, you're always going to be a little worried or nervous. No. Why would you be nervous? You see, he got the wrong team in there already. I mean, they're doing a very atrocious job here with my account. I would like that to be known. Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Williams. You know this is like my afternoon time, huh? Well, it's kind of my evening. Kind of my evening time. It's about, yeah, you're right. On a regular day, this will be my probably 4 p.m. About 4 p.m. for me. Nah, I'll say 6 p.m. Oh, it's 5 p.m. in Sydney. I'm on Sydney, Australia time now. I'm on that Sydney time. I'm rocking that Sydney time. I missed the Flash last night, so I'm mad about that. I am mad that I'm missing the Flash. That's my show. You know what? I should just go to the casino tonight. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, forget it. Let me go to the casino and stuff. But yeah. So that's one of the main plights right now to the situation that a lot of people may not understand. They may not know about. They might think it's a joke. It's no joke. That lawyer is very inept at handling this situation. He's already trying to get him. He's waiting to go before the trials approval court or whatever. It's cool outside, so I gotta be cool inside. Everybody got their hands up, so I'm answering that question. They cloned him already. There's a guy walking around in the mall. You know what I mean? No, I got a friend that looks just like him. We actually know somebody that looks like Tekashi. No joke. He went as Tekashi for Halloween. Of course, he don't have the tats on his face, but yeah, we have a friend that looks just like Tekashi 6ix9ine. He lives in like Arizona, but he's a young kid. He's like 16, but he looks just like Tekashi 6ix9ine. Bears, the number one football team of all time. We could talk about that later. We could talk about that later. Hold on one second. Something weird happened. Somebody stole my shoes. That's why I brought backups. I had a feeling somebody might steal my shoes. But Tekashi's been in the game a very long time. You know, as far as knowing for about the last year or so, knowing what he should be doing, what he shouldn't be doing, what he shouldn't be messing with, who he should be messing with, and how far it's gonna go. He didn't have a lot of friends in the industry, and those he did, they manufactured beef to try to sell their records. You know what I'm saying? So, on that note, we had to leave the music side to the wayside because the music was very terrible. So they decided to focus all the attention on trolling. Then when people start dying, they're gonna start to connect the two. Well, you have bad situations that go worse. You have a lot of situations that are bad. So when situations are bad, sometimes they stay bad for a very long time. For us, it's different. I never had to worry about who was going here, who was going there, what was happening with Terry and none of them. I didn't have to worry. I said to myself, you know what, self? You ain't got to worry about all that. And I was so right. And I only say that to say this. What's his name, Mike or Harold? I don't know what his lawyer name was. But my goodness. Let me be careful because nobody can seem to drive here in this house. I should have just rolled in my dad's car. Ugh. I don't like to touch my mom's settings. So I'm sitting all up close. Clout chasing the lawyer? Probably. I mean, I believe it more than anything. Matter of fact, I think I made a video about it because that's how much I believe it. You know, this is good exposure for him. See, you probably have seen cases before and where these okay, my mom probably got some new type phone that I don't have because I don't think this charger fits this phone. You know, you probably have seen cases in which, yeah, she got some type of new phone. But you probably have seen cases in which you might say, who in the world would defend these people? Like, as far as moral conduct, you know, moral conduct cases. You know what I mean? Like child abuse cases, and they'll be defending the guy who's the child abuser. You be like, where's your moral compass? If it's a big high profile case, they jump behind it because it's going to bring them more business. People are watching the case. Their name is out there. Their photo is out there. Their picture is out there. But I think the lingo and what she's using is not the lingo of a man who's going to get his client off. You understand? It's the lingo of a man that's going to sabotage another man. That's what I see. I see Tekashi 6ix9ine in a bad situation because of a lawyer. If he beats this case, at least he gets a blowjob from Charlamagne. That's one of the highlights probably of his day. And once they find out, and once they remind him what they know, about what he should know, then the spectrum will change. And when the spectrum is going to change, it's going to shift like a Titanic plate. He's going to be ready to play ball. Now, here's the thing. Playing ball. What is play ball going to mean for him? You know what I'm saying? What is playing ball going to mean for Teriyaki Snitch now? You know what I'm saying? What is playing ball going to really mean for him? Playing ball, meaning that they've already gave him an offer and told him what he could get, and he didn't like the terms. They were listening to the play ball questions, like, now they're like, well, we're daring to see what kind of evidence you got because we're not going to play ball. We're going to get our client off. So he's going to try every avenue to try to get him off. So he's going to go to he's got to wait till a trial judge show up so he can ask the trial judge for bail. Whew. Why he's in witness protection jail? Sorry about that. Allergies are killing me right here. I am not out. People love to blow the fan. I can't have a fan blowing on me. I get sick. My body cannot take a fan blowing on me. I'll wake up the next day with a cold, easy. Now, let's talk about things that need to be corrected. Okay? If you're Tekashi 6ix9ine, what needs to be corrected is your team. Because while he's locked up in that jail, you better rest for sure believe that lawyer is gonna go for that bench trial. I mean, not the bench trial, but, you know, a jury trial. He wants to get this case thrown out before it even goes to trial. That's the main goal. Because if they can get this case thrown out before it goes to a main trial, then they don't have to deal with the nonsense that is usually a custom attached to the situation at hand. I mean, the prosecution might feel that way, but I'm saying Tekashi is gonna try to spend whatever money he got to try to get out of the situation best way he know how. And if the last resort he has is to snitch, guess what he's gonna do? So when the guest list is compiled to make sure that he goes out in style, then you know what time it is. I know, he's gonna be singing like Beverly Seals. He gonna make a whole new song. It's gonna be an auto-tune, falsetto, anything you want. Singing like Beverly Seals over there, boy. They ain't playing no games. That boy gonna be singing. If I was 69, if I was him, what would I do in this situation? Well, I wouldn't be in this situation. But let's say I'm jammed up. I'm caught in a RICO with some of everybody else. I get my team, get my lawyers, get everybody involved that's supposed to be involved in the situation, and say, you know what? This is where we at. You know? It's the truth. It's like, look, this is what it is. The rules to this, I paid to play. We knew the rules of the game when we got in it. I'm gonna see if there's some loophole to get me out. But one thing we ain't finna do is roll over on the brothers that's all attached in the same situation we're in. Can't do it. Won't do it. But this is a reason why I had to, distance myself from certain friends. Not that they're bad friends, because they're not. They're good people around me, but they might do some things that brush up against the law. They might have a bunch of enemies that want to grab them. So the last thing you would want to do in that situation is attach yourself to the problem. That's something you don't want. Why attach yourself to a sinking ship? That's not what you're gonna want. I'm telling you, I got a friend doing life in jail because he was driving. He was the driver of the car for a break-in robbery. Things went wrong on the inside. Somebody got murdered. They didn't know the guy was murdered. They hit the guy upside the head a couple of times. They didn't know they killed the guy. They left. The driver don't even know. He just knew they got the stuff in the robbery. He didn't think he was riding with somebody that killed somebody. Next thing you know, all of them get life. Every single last one of them got life. And the ages was 18, 19, 19, 20. 4 guys getting life. You understand what I'm saying? Well, hey, he got nobody to blame but himself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they could call him for a character witness. How much you want to bet that they got DJ Academics videos off the YouTube? Same things I tried to warn DJ Academics about. Same things. Not to be boasting and bragging and going nah. I don't do that. But these are the type of things that his past is coming back to grab him, because he didn't understand it. And I could tell he didn't understand it, because no man is that stupid. I'm like, no, he really don't know. Most people are not gonna ask you, but he really didn't know. He didn't know what was going on. Academics, man, that dude didn't have a clue. Academics didn't have a clue, bruh. He didn't know what was going on, what was going to happen next. He was so out of the loop. And that's what I'm saying. And once he got checked on the show, Then he was about to cry when Jesus and Mero clowned him. But when Vic Mensa clowned him on the show, he should have known. He should have known. But he didn't know until then. Then he got defiant. And then he decided to make it personal. But then he started to gravitate. He really understood then. But he didn't want to make no changes. He still wanted to do the same things he used to do. And then once X died, then he realized, I gotta stop completely. I gotta change the way this is going. But it took for X to die or whatever. Just because I've interviewed, hung out, and did something ratchet, I'm gonna get blamed or attached to it. Is this thing really worth it? You see, that's the narrative that's gonna keep rearing its ugly head every time he turns around. He's gonna have to hear that. He's gonna have to deal with that constantly. No, they had a business arrangement. Never was friends. Not friends, never was friends. None of that nonsense. Never was going to be friends. No friends in the picture. The only thing they were going to be ever was business associates. Does academics look like the type of guy that have physical friends? No. The type of friends he have are digital. They're all online. And he really didn't get out the house much, and he's extremely paranoid. So if he got some internet thotties, that he would call them, he paid for them to be there. He's helping them out with their accounts. And that's a very vulnerable situation you're putting yourself in. So, but that's his business. You know, and don't care about that side of it. But he has, for the record, DJ Academics he has improved. He doesn't do the same things he used to do. If that's a win for him. I don't get what you're saying, Mr. Porter. Arius Porter said, why blame academics when he was beefing with Casanova? Are you saying, I don't get what you're saying. You trying to say if 6ix9ine was beefing with Casanova, why am I blaming academics? I don't get it. Oh, I know academics been watching my video. I'm trying to understand your question. maybe you need me to reiterate what we were blaming academics for in the first place. We were blaming academics for creating the atmosphere in which all of this going on. Like all of the trolling, 90% of it was promoted by DJ Academics. Not to say he wasn't doing any trolling on his own before, but when you have a major platform and you put it all on your page, all this trolling stuff, you know, before people were blaming World Star Hip Hop for promoting nonsense. And people going, World Star, and all that craziness. People were blaming World Star because it was promoting the worst in people. And DJ Academics was basically trying to be his own World Star at one point. And that was just not, let's just say it wasn't a good way to promote somebody like Tekashi, because somebody could get hurt. What World Star claim is, look, a lot of the people in these videos are no-name, nameless people that we don't really know. Somebody had a fight in the bathroom and this and that, but they don't care whose lives get destroyed by it. But this is an entertainer, so they figuring, oh, okay, now it's going to get us a lot of attention. Because now an entertainer is doing something that an entertainer should be above in the first place. An entertainer shouldn't be involved in something so ratchet. But yet and still, there it was. An entertainer was involved in something ratchet. Yeah, the words came out my neck. They're just dangling. Yo, dude's talking out his neck again. Hey, what's up? Oh, you know LeBron, did he lose? They lost by like what, 34 points? 32 or 34 points? It was beautiful. We went live for the whole thing. But no, like, going back to that situation, he created the atmosphere in which X and Tekashi 6ix9ine are now caught up in. Once you make that your platform, I mean, he don't really do that no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't really get that out of Tekashi. I mean, out the DJ Academics no more. So I give him credit for that. He's not really going down that avenue anymore. He's basically like, I'm out of that. You know, I don't want no parts of it. And because he don't really need that platform. Once your platform is built, you mold it into what it needs to become. And you leave that stuff in the past. You know what I'm saying? You saying, look, I'm done with that. Because he needs to be done with it. Because it's going to be done with him. You understand? Now you got people like my son and everybody else, they're going to come after his head. Because everybody else, they already know. They know what time it is. It's all day on his head. But everybody else, or somebody who don't know, you know, it's different. I mean, when Vic said what he said, it was like everything that was kept live on the internet was made public. So now everything on the internet is made public. Everybody is like, yes! Because that's exactly how we feel. And that was very personal to Vic. That was his family. He's been to those funerals. He's carried those caskets. So for the people who didn't like what Ack was saying all the other time, they didn't have the platform. They didn't have the face. They didn't have the connections that he had to be out there. But Vic could be on the platform. Vic right next to him. You don't know how many people in Chicago was like, hit him, hit him, hit him. They was, what I'm saying? Vic ain't finna mess up his career. But he felt like hitting him. And for the first time in academics career or life, he didn't know. He really didn't know it was that serious, what he was doing. And that no one respected him. He wanted his respect. It's like, dude, nobody respects you. Oh, lot is full. Hold on. So nobody respected this dude. He didn't come in holding no weight like us. He has no part of this history of hip hop. He doesn't know the game. You know what all he know? You know what all he know? Foolery. Clowning. Now, if he tried to mix it up a little bit and say, you know what? Let me try to hit you with some truth, some knowledge, see how far they get. Then we'll see. When you got people on nonsense, it is what it is. That's what I always said, man. I come in a different cloth, you know what I'm saying? We come from we raised different. We was raised, we conduct ourselves as men. That's why when I ain't called Gene to apologize, I called to get things straightened out, because I said he might not know what I've done because he's not an internet dude. But I see what he's trying to do. I see his hustle. So, I don't knock a man for their hustle. So we called to get things straightened out. And we did. We talked things out like men. And that's what real men's supposed to do. There was never no beef with MREC. MREC just incorporated himself in it. And I was just like, why did he do that? So, shouts out to him. Shouts out to them. They get doing what they do. Let them do it. And I'm doing what I do. So, Anyway, I'm out.